Further ado, I present to you. What's up, everybody? You're watching another episode of Live with Wolfman. Hola, amigos. You're watching un otro episode de Vive con Hombre Lobo. Soy Jacob. I'm Jacob, and I'm your host. And yes, I'm trying really hard at my Spanish today, because today we have a little bit of international flair going on. We have an awesome guest and awesome translator / co-guest on the show today. Coming all the way from Mexico City, let me introduce today's awesome guests. Everybody give it up for Mario del Campo y Ricardo Menendez. Ah! Hola, amigos.
Hola.
You're
Hola,
live.
¿cómo están?
¿Cómo están?
Hey. We're good. Thank you.
Bueno. So,
we're excited to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. So we're gonna start digging in. Real fast, can you guys say a little bit about who you guys are?
Bien, ¿ustedes?
Okay, so, bueno, quiero que digamos algo de quiénes somos. Vas tú primero, profe.
Hola, soy Mario.
Aquí, en este. No, profe, aquí.
We're gonna do a little translation today.
Perdón, hola, ¿cómo están todos? Mario Martín del Campo, aquí representante de Hyper Latinoamérica, con Ricardo Menendez, atleta Latinoamérica, y nuestro amigo Jacob Wolfman, todo el creador de Hyper en todo lo que es de publicidad, todo lo que son videos, marketing, imagen. Hola, Jacob.
Can you translate that? I can hear you, Ricardo. Can you translate?
Okay, so we're just quickly translating. He's Mario. I'm Ricardo. I'm a hyper athlete, hyper Latin America athlete. And Mario is a hyper Latin America representative here in Mexico. And he's just saying hi to all of you. And yeah, let's give it a go. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is particularly with. Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Oh yeah. Good. We're good.
Okay. I want to talk about the martial arts scene, particularly in Mexico, because I think it's really unique. You guys all come from pretty much the same style of karate, and I think that's a cool story. So I wanted you guys to explain your history of your particular style.
Okay, I'll tell Mario because he knows a lot more than I do because he's been in this a lot more time. So he'll just tell you. Okay. Quiere que le cuentes de la historia de México, más o menos del karate en México.
Bueno,
una versión rápida.
Bueno, una versión rápida. Las artes marciales aquí en México llegan primeramente con profesor Hernández. Daniel Hernández me parece que hace la escuela de judo. Empieza en México el judo.
Actual.
Y después, dentro del judo había un gran visionario que se llamaba Antonio Márquez. Él empieza a practicar karate con un japonés que llega aquí a México y después él viaja a Japón para aprender karate y de ahí regresa, ponen la primera escuela de karate por un mexicano y que se llama Okinawa Karate Do, y de ahí surgen la mayoría de las escuelas de karate aquí en México.
I'm just taking my notes very quickly. Okay, so very quick. The history of karate in Mexico is it's very simple. There was this guy called ¿cómo se llama Hernández? Daniel Hernández, and he was a judo teacher. So he had a student called Antonio Márquez. So and he was a great visionary here in martial arts in Mexico, and he studied karate with a Japanese teacher, and then he came to Mexico and he started the first real karate school, and it was called Okinawa. And most of today's karate schools here in Mexico, are born from the Okinawa school. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very cool history. I got to meet the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
He passed away about a year ago.
Oh yeah, well, you met him.
I got to meet him once.
Yeah, he passed away.
Meet the Grandmaster of a whole country.
Yeah.
Origins in the sport. It's pretty cool. Awesome. So you guys are, the real deal. You've been training martial arts your whole life. This is your lifestyle, and through your
Yeah.
passion, you create Mario. You created your tournament, Heroes de Ketaro. And actually, just so everyone else is tuning in today, this is the same tournament that we've talked about in the International Tournament of Tournament World Championship of Martial Arts event
Okay.
that we had on this show before. They made it through the bracket system. They held their own. I think they got defeated by the U.S. Open, which is was a tough one to beat. But it's a cool
Yeah.
tournament. And I get to go to it. I've been to it the last 3 years, I think. Talk a little bit about the tournament so people kind of get an idea of what it is.
Ok, nada más quiere que hablemos un poco del torneo de héroes de Querétaro, de cómo ha ido surgiendo a partir de
Bueno,
su inicio.
el torneo de Héroes de Querétaro principalmente es un torneo que intentamos hacer muy familiar, que toda la familia la pase bien, principalmente que los niños se diviertan. Sí, ese es principalmente el objetivo del torneo de Héroes de Querétaro, ¿no?
Okay, so he's just saying that the tournament was created like focused on the kids having a great time because most tournaments kids go like yeah, have to go to a tournament, but Mario had like no, we gotta make it for the kids, like they want to go to this tournament, and you've seen it, a lot of people go to this tournament because they like the tournament. We want to make this tournament very familiar for for the whole family to go to the tournament.
Y con la ayuda de Hyper, que los niños buscan este movimiento, nos ha ayudado a crecer el torneo, también nos ha ayudado a que vengan personas de otras partes, inclusive del país. Ha venido gente de El Salvador, de Guatemala, ¿sí? De Estados Unidos, para ver a los atletas de Latinoamérica, a los atletas, a los Hyper Pro, a Roland, a Jacob. Entonces yo creo que hemos hecho una buena mancuerna en lo que es Héroes de Querétaro y Hyper.
Okay, the tournament was big in the beginning, but with the help of Hyper, the tournament has grown a lot more. Like you've seen it, with the help of Hyper and the Latin American athletes, the level of the tournament has increased a lot in the last years. A lot of people go just to watch the Hyper Pros come to the tournament. So, bueno, así que si no han ido, pueden ir a ver. So if you haven't come to this tournament, you can come to train with I don't know, Jacob or Tyler, the hyperpros.com. ¿Qué más había dicho?
Okay, y algo muy, muy particular en Querétaro es que en Latinoamérica en Querétaro es donde se hace la certificación de instructor por parte de Hyper y se hace lo que es el Hypercamp este año.
Yeah, and most important, the tournament, Héroes de Querétaro, is the tournament where the Hyper certification is taking place. So, yeah, it's a big certification. It's really fun. It's great.
Cool. And just to recap a little bit, just so you guys know what goes on in this tournament, there is on Friday they actually have an instructor certification. So they think about like he said, it's for the kids. The tournament itself is for the kids, but they think about the whole experience. So if you're an instructor, you come in, you get some training, and you level up your team of instructors on Friday. You go compete in the tournament on Saturday. Their night show is crazy, is muy loco. In the past,
Yeah.
you guys have had fireworks going off,
Yes.
off on the stage, which is like, that would never work in America. You guys would get shut down really fast. Only in Mexico.
Really, really fast.
And you have live music before, you've had a live band play. You always do
Yes.
something new and unique and different to make the whole tournament experience very fun. And that includes
Yeah, we try every year to make every year a different experience from last year.
Yeah, a lot of innovative, cool stuff. And I get to go out there and do the photo shoots for the Hyper Latin America athletes. And I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be watching this today, and they want to know how they participate in these photo shoots. How can a Latin America athlete get sponsored by Hyper? How does that work?
Okay, Mario knows how. Okay, quieren saber o quiere que les expliques porque hay mucha gente en Latinoamérica que les pregunta a ellos, cómo puede ser patrocinado por Hyper. O sea, cuál es el proceso de selección para que ellos tengan su foto dentro de la página de Hyper, o para que sean reconocidos por Hyper?
Ok, tenemos lo que es al grupo de los atletas representantes de Latinoamérica. Ellos han ingresado al equipo a base de su trabajo dentro de las artes marciales, pero principalmente que son inspiradores y motivadores de nuevas generaciones. Dan clases, algunos en los torneos los niños lo siguen. Entonces el primer grupo que se maneja o ha sido seleccionado es por el desempeño dentro de las artes marciales y su imagen, cómo se comportan ante la sociedad.
Okay, really quick. There's like different groups of hyper representatives. Like, well, the hyper pros. They're like from United States. Well, in here in Mexico, they're like the hyper Latin America athletes, and well, in all Latin America, and that's like the first group, and they were selected because of their image, their continue. How do you say it? When you compete, yeah, well, they continue training, and they continue to compete. They have a good image, a good behavior in tournaments, and they inspire others to try to make better martial athletes. Athletes, yes. So, well, that's what he said basically, the first part, and well, yeah, you go ahead.
Y de ahí, sorry, me.
No, you go.
De ahí está otro grupo que son los artes marcialistas,
Okay.
que se les da un reconocimiento por parte de Hyper con un estudio fotográfico. Igual ellos son seleccionados a base de sus logros dentro de las competencias, ¿sí? Su comportamiento dentro de las competencias. Igual también tienen muchos seguidores, entonces la idea es seguir inspirando a las nuevas generaciones. De ese grupo los vemos trabajar durante un año y de ahí suben, ¿sí? Según sus logros, suben a ser un atleta representante de Latinoamérica. Como este año fueron escogidos por parte de Centroamérica, de El Salvador y de Guatemala, 4 atletas representantes. Así la idea es que cada año personas que veamos que están haciendo un buen trabajo inspirando a las generaciones, así pueden ser un atleta representante.
Okay, so well, first we have the first group, like the hyper Latin America representatives, and then there's the other group, like the hyper martial artists. Well, yeah, and these people are sponsored in a certain way by Hyper with a photo shoot, and they get to appear on the Hyper Instagram page or whatever, and these people are selected by their development on the tournaments and how they compete, how they behave, their good image in tournaments, because the goal is to inspire as many people as we can. So if they achieve great things, they get sponsored with a photo shoot, and in their development over the year that they take the photo shoot, if they continue to inspire, they continue to compete, and well, the Hyper Latin America athletes make a selection of how many of these people are really making a great job, and we select them based off their achievements so they can become a Hyper Latin America athlete. Like this year, 4 athletes from Guatemala, the Guatemala and El Salvador were selected to become Hyper Latin America representatives.
Yeah. It's a very cool system that we have going on. And just in general, aside from just the Latin America athletes, Hyper sponsors athletes all over the world, and we have a bunch of different systems of how we try to figure out which athletes we get to sponsor and which we don't. And there's a lot of variables. If you're in Latin America, this is the system. If you're in the United States, the system's a little different. Right now, it's like focused on if you're a NASCA athlete or an NBL athlete or something like that. If you're in Australia, it's a little different. If you're in the United Kingdom, it's a little different. So it varies all over the place. But the general principles for everybody out there that wants to be a sponsored Hyper athlete, it comes down to 3 core ideas that all of the athletes embody. And one is that's training, and that's making sure that you train every day and you live the lifestyle of a martial arts athlete. The second thing that everyone that's sponsored by Hyper in some way does is they achieve. They go out there and they compete against the best. They prove that they're the best. and sometimes they move beyond competition and they'll go achieve other things, like they'll become stunt performers, like Matt Emig, he's a Ninja Turtle, or Chloe Bruce, who plays the stunt double for Rey in Star Wars. Or they make achievements. They keep putting themselves out there. And then the last thing is inspire. They take the fact that they have this influence because they're world champions, because they're movie stars or action or stunt people, or or they're just an instructor at their school, and they realize that they make a big difference, and they have a positive attitude, and they help the next generation. So if you're ever looking and you want to be considered for the next hyper Latin America athlete, or athlete, any type of hyper athlete in general, those are the things you really have to focus on. You just got to train hard, you got to put yourself out there, and you got to make an impact and inspire other people. So that's just something for everybody to help answer that question. I probably will answer that question a lot on this show. It's a very common question.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of athletes in Latin America that see hyper as kind of a beacon, because there's not much that promotes martial arts out there in the Latin America community, and hyper's kind of working to do something, right? Which kind of leads me into the next topic, the next question.
Wait, let me just translate the
sí,
part you said, like,
no
very
problem.
quick.
Sí.
Ok, bueno, muy rápido para los que no hablan muy bien el inglés. Dijo que básicamente para ser un atleta patrocinado de cualquier manera por Hyper, se resume a 3 partes importantes. La primera es que entrenes, ¿sí? O sea, que seas una persona activa, que bueno, obviamente como es tu estilo de vida, que sigas entrenando diario prácticamente. Que tengas, que compitas, o sea, que tengas logros en el pasado, o que vayas por más cosas. Por ejemplo, muchos de los atletas de Hyper Pro llegan a ser stunt performers, ¿cómo se llama? Dobles, exactamente, dobles en películas, o llegan a ser algo más que solamente competidores. Y la última es que inspiren mucho a los demás competidores, a los demás artes marcialistas, y que este movimiento llegue a más gente. So yeah, there we go.
Perfecto. So one of the things that Hyper is doing with Mario and Ricardo is we are trying to take all of the Hyper content and all of the training that's been created in English and translate it into Spanish, so that all of the schools in Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, all of Latin America, South America, and really anywhere in the world that speaks Spanish will have access to this content.
Yes.
You translate that part.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, está diciendo muy rápido que, bueno, todo el contenido de Hyper Martial Arts que existe, en este momento se está, no todo, una parte por el momento se está traduciendo al español, para que todas las partes de Latinoamérica o básicamente en cualquier parte del mundo donde se hable español, ustedes puedan entrenar y usar el programa de Martial Arts, de Hyper Martial Arts, porque, bueno, mucha gente o no habla inglés o le cuesta un poco trabajo las traducciones. Entonces, en este momento se está haciendo, todos los videos que ustedes puedan encontrar se están haciendo en español.
Perfecto. Gracias. So, just to give a shout out to Ricardo here, our translator, he's actually one of the instructors of the new Hyper Latin America videos coming out. He taught a lot of the pro training elements.
Yes.
Now you have to talk about yourself.
That was fun.
You have to talk about yourself.
Yeah, in English or Spanish?
In Spanish.
Okay,
Yeah.
bueno, muy rápido, de como saben, se está traduciendo los videos al español. Bueno, yo soy Ricardo, yo fui uno de los entrenadores que dio parte de los videos. Entonces, próximamente cuando salgan los videos me pondrán a ver a mí y a los demás artes marcialistas de aquí de México, de Latinoamérica, dentro de esos videos, para que ustedes puedan seguirlos y seguir entrenando.
Está Damián Márquez, está dando
Shout out.
la forma, sale Talé, Luis Felipe, ECAP, que está ahorita viéndonos en España.
ICAP.
Todos, entonces estamos haciendo un trabajo bien importante para poder inspirar a todo lo que es Latinoamérica.
Perfecto. Can you guys briefly explain to people in Latin America like the difference between the pro training and the Fight Club program, like very simply?
Okay, Mario's gonna take this. Que si les puedo explicar muy rápido la diferencia entre Hyper Martial Arts y el Hyper Fight Club.
Ok. Existen prácticamente la diferencia de los dos programas de Hyper Pro Training Martial Arts. Vemos formas, armas, creativo, wushu,
Acrobáticos.
y tricking, ¿no? Todos los elementos que puedes tener para ayudarte a ser un campeón en formas. Y en lo que es Hyper Fight Club tenemos lo que es pelea a puntos, taekwondo y defensa contra el bullying. Prácticamente es igual todos los elementos para poder ser un buen competidor en lo que se refiere a la pelea o al combate, como decimos aquí en México.
So, well, yeah. Well, you already know this. Well, there's two programs: the Hyper Pro Training program and the Hyper Fight Club. The Hyper Club program, he just said. No, in the Pro Training, there's every element you can use if you are a forms competitor, like from forms, tricking, weapons, wushu or kung fu, whatever. And the Fight Club program, where you can become a better point fighter, or better fighter in general with MMA programs or grappling programs. So yeah, basically that.
Awesome.
That's
Cool.
the difference. Yeah.
I think it's, and you guys actually have an event coming up next month, and
Yes.
that kind of is going to introduce this program and a whole lot more. There's a cool event coming up. I'm going to put it up on the screen. And Mario,
Yes.
can Mario explain a little bit about this cool event?
Ok, ya. Bueno, nada más quiere que les explicas cómo va a ser el evento, que va a ser en diciembre.
Ok. Bueno, el evento de diciembre es muy importante. Vamos a tener por primera vez un Hyper Camp instruido por latinoamericanos. Los latinoamericanos son muy reconocidos en su país, son excelentes competidores y excelentes maestros. Entonces vamos a tener Hyper Camp, donde van a ver armas, van a ver formas, tricking y cómo puedes entrenar para pasar al siguiente nivel y poder tener mejores resultados.
Okay, so real quick, the event is going to take place on December 16th, I believe. Yeah, the International Martial Artist Day. So yeah, basically in the event, well, this is the first time here in Mexico that there's going to be a hyper camp completely instructed by Latin American teachers, well, Latin American representatives.
Mhm.
So I think it's going to be really cool. Well, I'm going to be part of the teachers that I'm going to be teaching, yeah, and all the other representatives. We invite you to come. ¿Qué más dijiste? ¿Qué más o sea, de que nosotros vamos a darlo? Well, we'll be working in forms and weapons mostly.
Mhm.
¿Qué más? And tricking.
Tricking y training.
Y, well, training basically. So yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. We invite you to come.
How can
la
people
segunda
sign up?
parte,
Yeah. Yeah, well, sign up. Bueno, inscríbanse. And the second part is going to be like another seminar, I believe, on how to become
sí, la segunda parte, o dentro del evento más bien, es un seminario con Roland Osborne que nos va a dar todas las herramientas para que nosotros podamos hacer crecer a nuestras escuelas.
Okay.
¿Sí? Nos va a dar lo que es marketing, estrategias, una planeación de un año, cómo trabajar con los colegios que están alrededor, con la comunidad que tenemos cerca de nuestras escuelas y como herramientas utilizando lo que es la defensa contra el bullying.
Okay, so really quick translation. And the second part of the seminar, that same day, is going to be a seminar with the hyper creator Roland Osborne, and he's going to come and he's going to teach a seminar about how to improve our how do I call it? I can't translate that. How to increase the number of students on our schools? Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, he's going to teach like marketing tools and how to improve, how to work with the community around our school to make better martial artists and how to use bully defense to, I don't know, to get to other people and make them practice martial arts and make the martial arts the most practiced sport in the world. Yeah, something like that. And
hemos nombrado este seminario, es 100 alumnos en el 2018. Muchas escuelas de Hyper en todo el mundo han aumentado su matrícula llevando todas esas estrategias que nos proporcionan los programas de Hyper las membresías.
Okay, well, the seminar this year is going to be called 100 Students for 2018 because that's the goal. In this seminar for next year, you can improve your marketing strategies and how to make people stay in your school. And in over all the year of 2018, have 100 students plus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And how big is the average school in Mexico right now?
¿Qué tan grande es el número de alumnos en las escuelas en México?
Hay escuelas pequeñas, vamos a llamar pequeñas en alumnado, 50, 60 alumnos. Hay escuelas muy grandes que llegan a tener 200 alumnos, ¿sí? Entonces, siempre el promedio que intenta buscar el profesor de artes marciales es llegar a la meta de los 100, ¿no?
Okay, well, here in Mexico, the average number of students it's about 50 to 60 students. If you have a really big school, you can have like up to 200 students.
Yeah.
So yeah, here in Mexico that's like a lot. So the goal is to make them have 100 students by the end of the next year.
That's a big growth. That's a big
growth.
Change
yeah,
everything.
Mario went through that growth last year because we changed school. We implemented the hyper program to our teaching program, and we grew a lot.
How much?
Sí, lo que dice Ricardo, que nosotros empezamos la escuela en la nueva locación, hace año y medio empezamos como con 50, 60 alumnos y yo he llegado a tener más de 150 inscripciones durante todo un año, ¿no? En todos los programas que se refiere a artes marciales, que es karate, hyper training, hyper fight club, MMA. Entonces, siguiendo las estrategias de mercado, yo sí logré llegar a un poquito más de 100 alumnos durante un año, 100 inscripciones durante un año y no he tenido muchas bajas.
Okay, so when we implemented the hyper program to our teaching program and used the marketing strategies, in the year we changed from location, we had like about 50 students average, and in like about 4 to 6 months, I believe, there was an increase, and Mario had up to 150 students.
Wow.
In the school, and he hasn't had that many losses because people like the program and people stay with the program. So yeah, it's great.
It's amazing. It's very cool. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
Mario, I want to know what is your dream for martial arts in Mexico and Latin America? Where do you want to see the sport grow?
Okay. ¿Cuál es el entendiste?
Sueños.
Yeah, he understood.
Sueño. Yo creo que
Para el karate.
Hyper me ha puesto las herramientas para cumplir mi sueño, que es llegar a mucha gente y inspirar o enseñarles los beneficios que puedes tener en las artes marciales. Mi sueño es seguir ayudando a artes marcialistas, intentar que se les dé el reconocimiento a toda la gente de Latinoamérica, porque tenemos muchísima gente de excelente nivel, pero principalmente de una calidad humana enorme. Entonces, mi sueño, creo que lo estoy cumpliendo, ¿no? O sea, que es inspirar a nuevas generaciones, ¿no?
Mario's dream was like to make martial art. Well, he lives from martial arts, so he's been doing this for like almost forever. So his dream's like to get martial arts to a bigger level, to keep inspiring, and to give recognition to a lot of martial artists here in Latin America, because like you said, it's not so easy to get a sponsor here in Mexico. Mostly, it's like really difficult, or people don't actually live from this, like in the United States. So he really dreamed like we can get more recognition from the hyper program or something like that. Yeah, we can basically translate it to give recognition to the martial artists.
Awesome. Cool.
Awesome.
If anyone watching today has any preguntas or any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and we'll answer them. But we're wrapping up today's episode, and I just wanted to shout out one more time for the event, and have you guys
Yes.
again just talk about like the date and how people can register for the event.
Ok. Bueno, ¿dónde se pueden registrar y qué día va a ser el evento?
Es el 16 de diciembre. Se pueden registrar en la página Hyper Latinoamérica, mandándonos un inbox y yo personalmente me pondré en contacto con ustedes.
So yeah, you can sign up by sending an inbox to the Hyper Latin America Facebook page, and Mario will directly put in contact with you, and you'll be signed up. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss before we wrap up today's episode?
¿Algo más de lo que quieras hablar, profe?
Pues nada más quiero hacer la siguiente mención, o sea, mencionar y hacerles otra vez un reconocimiento a los atletas marcialistas, representantes de Latinoamérica, perdón, y a los artes marcialistas que se les dé el reconocimiento. Si los voy a nombrarlos, espero no se me escape uno.
Okay, well, he's just gonna be like give a shout out to all the hyper martial artists and the ones that that had a photo shoot and the hyper Latin America athletes. So just a quick shout out, and he's gonna mention some of them if they're watching.
Adrián, Santiago, Jimena, Andrea, Brandon, Carlos Wolf, Damián, Daniel Peña, Davo, Córdoba, Eliot, Quique, Eric Talé, Estuardo, Gabriel Padilla, Giovanni,
There are a lot.
Hugo Mendoza, Javier Velarde, Jimena, Talé, Jorge, Josué,
JC,
Julio. Luis Felipe está en el Mundial de Waco.
Yeah, well, a big shout out to Luis Felipe. He's fighting. Well, he's competing in Hungary in the Waco tournament. So
Okay.
he actually won yesterday a silver medal. So
Manny, Mitch, Rafa, Ricardo, Ricky, Valeria y muchos más.
A lot more.
Okay.
Cap,
Icab.
Don't forget Icab. He's
Don't
out there
forget
all
Icab.
alone in Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
I promised everyone that we would have one lesson in Spanish today.
That's what?
A lesson in Spanish.
Oh, a lesson. What lesson?
I want you to educate the people on my favorite word.
Oh, okay.
So, the word is orale.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. His favorite word is orale.
Now, what does that mean?
Woo! Orale means so many things. Like, orale can be used for like, yeah, let's go. Or orale could also mean like it's done. Or orale could also mean that like you're like shocked, like orale. I actually sent Jacob a picture of how many uses there are for the word orale. I don't know if you can send them to your wolf pack and they can understand because there's so many uses.
It's
Tiene que
endless.
necesitamos sacar una,
Yeah.
una playera de Hyper que diga órale.
Yeah, there's gonna be a hyper t-shirt
Como está la
that
de
says orale.
Inspiration,
The season of
Motivation,
orale.
órale.
Yeah, it's instead of inspired, it just says orale.
Yes! That would be perfecto. I think I would sell. That would be a great
So
shirt.
perfect.
A hyper orale shirt. All right, so everybody, that's going to conclude today's episode. And if you took anything out of today's episode, it's that my favorite word is orale. You got to say it like,
Yes.
depends on how you say it. If you say it with like a little, like some gusto, it's like, there it is. That's how you spell it. Orale. And if you want to be really cool, Ricardo, I don't know if, oh, that's cool. That's a nice little graphic.
Yeah.
You got to add way at the end, right?
Thanks.
Or should I not say that?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that one in a different episode. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the Wolfpack for tuning in. Today was kind of an interesting episode because we had different languages going on, so we had an international crowd. I know
Yes.
a lot of people in Latin America will be able to tune in and learn a lot about your event, and it was cool for the English speakers and to get a chance to see what's happening over in the Latin America scene. So thank you guys very much for coming on the show today. Thank you, everybody, for
No,
tuning
thank
in.
you, Jacob.
Gracias a todos.
Bueno, pues muchas gracias a todos. Pues gracias por recibirnos. A los que están viendo de aquí, de México, de Venezuela, de Guatemala, de todos donde estén. Mario.
Muchas gracias y nos vemos el 16 de diciembre. Roland Osborne y vamos a hacer todo lo posible porque Jacob nos acompañe.
Okay, Jacob's gonna be here. I'm sure of that. I'll make sure of that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Make it happen. There's the event. If you want to sign up, go ahead and sign up. See you guys on the next episode. Tomorrow I have Adam Kiefer back on the show. We're going to be doing social media strategies. So if you want to get like a critique on your Instagram page, or you want to get a critique on your Facebook page and some advice of how you could grow on social media, that's going to be the focus of
I
the
need
show
a big
tomorrow.
critique.
So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'm telling you, I got a surprise on Monday that's going to blow your mind. And I got a surprise on Friday that might blow your mind too. But the show keeps getting better, and I enjoy every minute of it. I'll see you guys mañana. Peace.
Órale.
Órale.
Peace.